Hello and welcome to update 1.31 for Gran Turismo 7. In this video we are going over everything added, changed and improved to the game, and oh boy is it a lot. So strap in and let's get straight into it. With the additions, we're gonna start off with the 5 new vehicles to the game, and those are the Audi RS5 Turbo DTM 2019, the Mazda 3 Burgundy Selection, Porsche 959 from 1987, Porsche Carrera GTS the 904, and the Toyota Alphard Executive Lounge. Now for the Porsches, they will both be available for purchase from the legendary dealership from March 30th. If you want to see what these cars are like in action, hit that subscribe button because I am going to be uploading videos on all of them. Next up, we have 2 new layouts coming to the Nürburgring. So there's going to be the Nürburgring Endurance layout and the Nürburgring Sprint layout. The Sprint layout cuts the standard GP circuit short by adding a sharp right hairpin at the back half of the circuit just after turn 4. In the endurance layout, that same hairpin occurs on the GP circuit in addition to the full loop of the Nordschleife. And to go along with those 2 new layouts, we have 2 new events coming to the Nürburgring. Number 1 gonna be the Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600, and the second being the World Touring Car 800. Could this be a new money making event? We're just gonna have to wait and see. Now those are not the only new events also added with this update. We see that Kyoto Driving Park is receiving a Porsche Cup, and Tokyo Expressway is receiving a Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600. A new Scape has been added to celebrate spring coming to the northern hemisphere, and for this we are receiving a cherry blossom photoscape with locations that include a cafe and a photo shop. So for all the photographers, there you go, there's a new location. To GT Cafe, we are receiving 2 brand new extra menu books. One is going to be focused around Toyota family cars since the Toyota Alphard is coming, and the Ford GT. Now there has also been additions of new conversations. That is on the far right. When you come in with a car, that a icon will be there with a person's face, and that person will just give you a little bit more history and some fun facts about the vehicle you are currently in. Now the next one is for the PS5 boys only. 120 Hz and variable refresh rates has been added to the game. So that means the game used to run at 60 Hz. So by increasing it to 120, it's gonna make the gameplay even clearer and even smoother. I didn't even know this was possible, but apparently it is. So with the variable refresh rates, that is now gonna be in just test over the coming weeks, and this is only for people who have a high-end TV, so they are the ones that are really gonna see the difference with the variable refresh rates. Online lobby keyboard controls are making their way back. So now when you are spectating a race in an online lobby, you can now connect your keyboard and switch between camera cards as well as camera views. This is a very niche feature, but it has existed in previous Gran Turismo titles. This is also going to improve it for content creators streaming online races, as well as make it a lot easier for everyone to produce higher quality esports broadcasts with Gran Turismo 7. I told you it was a lot and we're not even done. Sports mode. For online championships held in Gran Turismo 7 sports mode, various changes have been made, including different penalty systems and race regulations. Starting with the Exhibition Series Season 4, schedules have been changed and designed to make it easier for a wider range of players to actually participate. Now the biggest change that has happened is they have basically reworked the physics model yet again. So they've actually gone into detail with a few of the things that they've changed. So starting off with suspension physics. So Polyphony has adjusted the calculation model of the suspension geometry, which in simple English means the cars are going to be easier to control. So this should improve, I say this in quotations because it should improve the stability of cars under braking and traction during acceleration. Also, they have adjusted the suspension's dampening characteristics for further improvement of the stability of cars when driving over bumps or curbs, because we've all seen the clips. I've even uploaded some clips of cars hitting curbs and going flying into the air. Yeah, It's about time they fixed that issue. The tire model has been adjusted yet again to improve the stability when going over curbs or bumps and also through low speed corners. Tire heating and wear models have also been optimized along with aquaplaning effects when the road surface is wet. So I'm really excited to see with the aquaplaning effects what it actually does to the vehicles, because currently before this update you are still able to aquaplane. So I'm really curious to see what the difference is actually going to be. We see changes to the aerodynamic system in the game with special attention being put towards the open wheel Formula cars. This should be in preparation for the Super Formula SF23 cars that should be released with the April updates to Gran Turismo 7. For the rest of the cars in the game, downforce and air resistance calculations have been optimized, we say that with quotations, in relation to the vehicle's height. So this should affect your performance points ratings. And while we're on the topic of the performance points, the cars have seen adjustments. So this could mean all the glitch builds have now been patched. So we're actually gonna see what cars can still be glitched, and hey, there might be even some more glitches. Now I mentioned the default suspension in aerodynamic system on race cars and certain road cars have been adjusted, and that certain road cars gives me the suggestion they have targeted all of the glitch builds in GT7. So we'll see which ones still remain and what is the fastest money method in Gran Turismo 7. Now there's something that people may have overlooked, and that's the anti-lag systems actually being a bit buggy, because I have a Mazda RX-7 that currently idles at 6,000 RPM. And that is not supposed to happen. So I'm actually quite pleased to see that Polyphony has actually gone in and made a limiter, so now the car doesn't idle at such a high RPM. Another one for the PS5 boys is for your controllers. Now the steering algorithm, which basically takes in the information on how far you're turning your actual joystick or how you're pushing your directional input buttons, have been adjusted and improved. Now also additional changes to the force feedback that you're actually going to feel to your controller. So your controller is going to be vibrating a whole lot more when you're running in the grass. The driver assist in game has seen a massive change come to practically all of them. Now the presets for each assist has actually been changed. For intermediate, the counter steering assist has been changed from strong to weak. Traction control level has been changed from 5 to 3. In expert level, the counter steering assist has been changed from strong to off. Now, if these were your settings before update 1.31, your settings will not be overwritten, but it will now be changed to custom instead. So starting off with traction control, when the traction control is on level 1, it is actually a lot weaker than how it previously was. And when you set it to traction control level 5, it is a lot stronger than it previously was, and it works throughout the range. The anti-lock braking system has been adjusted to improve stability when under full braking conditions. Active stability management controls have been adjusted to increase the amount of intervention when oversteering. The counter steering assistance feature has actually had its strength reduced, which means it's less likely to intervene when oversteering is detected. So this is actually going to allow you to actually slide out without the assist fighting you back. Now before I forget, as I previously mentioned, the performance points for some vehicles have been adjusted, and also the incorrect display of toe angle adjustment in the car settings has also been addressed. The next price revision for cars in the legendary dealership has been announced, and it will arrive around June 2023. And also, if you saw cars with arrows pointing up showing that the price is going to increase, or arrows pointing down showing that the price is going to decrease, well, those prices have been changed with this update. Also, the CLK LM98 has changed from AMG to Mercedes-Benz. In World Circuit, all of the circuit experience target times have actually been adjusted, and the demonstration laps have been updated as well, which means all ranking boards for all of these events have been reset. Settings have been adjusted for the pickup truck race at the following circuits: Willow Springs Raceway, Daytona International Speedway, and Colorado Springs. The PP recommended values have been changed, but what stresses me the most, we have also adjusted the settings of the World Touring Car 600 around the following circuits and a listed Tokyo Expressway. Now, that's now the money-making event, so I am a bit stressed. An issue where the race shop was not available in certain cases in the meeting place has been rectified. Just like the circuit experiences, the same thing has happened over at the license sensor. All target times have been changed, demonstration laps have been updated, as well as all ranking boards are reset. When it comes to missions, they've changed the settings for all of the drag racing events. Also, with the human comedy, they've changed settings for all of the human comedy events, hopefully making it easier and not that you have to play it on the hardest difficulty to actually have a chance of winning. In Scapes, the avatar driver will now be selected as default when an onboard driver is enabled. In the home screen, there was an issue where the online ID was displayed instead of the nickname on the car during Scapes and VR showroom. That has been fixed. Race display, track map display to the pit menu has now been added. I'm not 100% sure on what this actually means. And lastly, various localization issues have been sorted out, and they also say that various other issues have been addressed, but they don't mention it. Now, for me, this was the biggest update yet so far. I mean, look, the update video is almost 12 minutes long, which is actually mind-blowing. But yeah, so if you are still watching, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Don't forget, leave a like and subscribe for more Gran Turismo 7 content. And let me know, what do you think of this update? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.